Have you ever stood at your pouring bench or your easel or stared down at a blank page and felt nothing? And then you got that little voice in your head whispering, what's the point? You might have some really cool ideas, beautiful, wild, something really impossible in there, but the motivation to bring them to life, gone. Well, I've been there more times than I care to admit. And I got a message on one of my videos, a comment of someone saying pretty much the same. They were stuck with anxiety and quite a few things why they haven't started. But I've learned something the hard way. Motivation isn't what gets you started. That kind of shows up after you've started and you've kind of get momentum. That's when the motivation kicks in. Most people think they need to feel inspired before they create. But the truth is, inspiration's very lazy. It really waits for you to make the first move. When I sit down in front of my computer and I open up ChatGPT or whatever it might be to start my design process, I start thinking about what I want the pixels to look like once I come up with the prompt. I'll pack the flask with sand. I'll feel the silver heating up in the furnace. Something changes. The noise in my head fades almost, and I kind of like it. Almost comes almost like a meditation state. It's not motivation. It's momentum because I've started. Everything follows. One process will follow the other. Unfortunately, we live in a world that worships finished things, perfect art, perfect, I don't know, videos, perfect timing. But I think sometimes creative people, you're caught in the messy middle almost. It's the part where the sand will collapse if you're doing silver pouring, your paint brush stroke won't be quite right. You know, the silver will over pour, it'll spill, and you'll have to redo it again. But every imperfection kind of teaches you something that a perfect one never could. If everything come out perfect, then what again? What's the point of that? So if you're stuck right now, please don't wait for the lightning bolt moment. You know that the motivation to kick in, or you know, I've watched stuff before. I'll watch a motivational video or some crap on YouTube, and yeah, you'll be pumped up for a day, and then it goes. And then what are you going to do then? Watch another video. Watch another video. It's pointless. You've got to change. You've got to change your mindset. It's discipline. You've got to keep turning up and keep on doing it. Motivation only gets you so far. You'll burn out. It's no good having you know. This is going to sound weird, but it's no good having cheerleaders. You've got to do it all on your own. It has to come from within. You've got to learn discipline. And you know, just pour something in silver, just sketch something, just write something, hit record. But start with one small thing, one beautiful step. It could be ugly, but it's still beautiful because you've started. Because creativity doesn't arrive before you start. It's you get there by starting. You know, you could have that dream piece in your mind about what you want to create. You can almost see the end product in your mind's eye. Now, I kind of struggle with that a little bit sometimes. I have a fair idea what I want the outcome to be. But along the process, it kind of changes almost, which I think's okay. But if you've got that one dream that's kind of like living in your head rent free, it's going to stay there because it won't exist until you get your hands moving. I mean, I think action carves clarity into what you're doing. It builds confidence, and that's the kind of loop. It's not feel, do. It's do it, feel, become. It's you know, if you don't start, if you don't feel like doing it, you've got to force yourself to do it if you want the outcome. Because otherwise, you're just going to sit around and make excuses. Oh, it's this, it's that, it's that. No, you've just got to start. Just do it. You don't need the plan to be perfect. You just need a bit of courage just to actually start and have a go. You know, pour the silver. I don't know. Even when the furnace feels cold, I'm trying to think of a silver pouring analogy there. But design even when you hate your last piece. Like I have that all the time. I design something and I can spend the morning mucking about doing the 3D render. Then I look at it and go, no, I don't like it, and bin it. But it's been there and done, and I get in the flow and I get in the process, and then I start again. Because I think every act of creation, you've got to rebel against that inner voice that says, not today, don't do it, you can't do it, it's not as good as your last one, no one's going to buy it, no one will want it, it's not worth it, there's no value. well, there is value. There's value to yourself. Because if you can turn up, if you can put in the reps, if you can stay consistent, in the end, you'll get there. And it's not just about art, silver pouring, painting, writing, making songs, making YouTube videos. It's about anything in life. You've just got to keep turning up, keep improving a little bit every time. And I know that's easy to say, and everyone says it. It's easy to say. It's very easy to do, but it's even easier not to do. And that's the tragedy of all these things. But here's the truth. If you want, I don't know, the life, the art career, I don't know, the YouTube channel, the legacy, it's really within reach. It's just hiding behind you taking action and being consistent with that action. When you start moving, the world will start move with you. It will start moving with you. I mean, there's a quote, and I'm gonna murder it. I can't think what the quote is. It's something like, when you start, the teacher will turn up, or something. It's like when you start, the pupil will find the teacher, or something like that. I could look it up. But it really is true. When you start doing something, you'll find opportunities will turn up, ideas, collaborations, and they kind of come around when you start doing stuff. You're not gonna get an email out of the blue saying, "Oh, come and work with me. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's try this." No, you've got to put the reps in, and then the universe. This is going to sound a bit woo woo, but the universe will make those opportunities come up, and you'll meet those people. It'll open doors, and that only happens if you start. And unfortunately, motivation it won't get you going. You've got to have it yourself. It's consistency and discipline that gets you going. If I only done a YouTube video when I felt motivated, I'd probably do 1 a month, 2 a month. You've got to just keep doing it. You've got to keep doing it. Discipline and consistency. So if you're not motivated to create today, don't wait for it. Just go and turn the furnace on anyway. I don't know, open that file, open your sketchbook, because somewhere in that first imperfect pencil mark on the page or word on the document, that masterpiece within, it'll change everything. And when it does, when the piece finally, comes together and you're looking at it in your hand, you'll realise yourself motivation wasn't missing. It was just that discipline to start. If this video spoke to you, then I think you're my kind of creator. It'd be really cool. If you do want to learn how to create something, I am thinking about putting together a little course or a community about how I do my silver pouring. There'll be a link in the description below. But I'd like to thank you all for listening in, and speak to you next time. And just remember, discipline and consistency are the key, not motivation.